going to be very easy to get Enveloping Darkness out nice and early. But yeah, Steven doesn't play TM Evolution, Ross. So we can't see Arvin Evolution get your Pokemon to play that way. So if we do see the item lock come out really early, might be able to slow Steven down.
His only option then would be a Charmeleon. I'm looking at Gusting in Matus's deck. We've got a Prime Catcher and 2 Boss's Orders, because you need to make sure that the second Charmeleon hits a field, you gust it and KO it.
Yes. But also worth noting as well, Matus's list is a little bit sneaky, because we do see the Radiant Alakazam, right? That can move damage around 2 damage via Painful Spoons.
Yep.
And we also see the Gravity Gemstone, which when the Pokemon it's attached to is in the active spot, the retreat cost of both active Pokemon is 1 colorless more. So what we could see, if Steven puts down a Pokemon that isn't easy to maneuver, we can see it getting gusted into the active. We can see the Gravity Gemstone to sort of lock it in there, giving it an extra retreat cost. And then we can see the Radiant Alakazam to Painful Spoon the damage off the active to where you want it to be. So if Steven tries to slowly develop a Charmeleon on the bench, Matus doesn't really actually have to gust it to start softening it up via that little combo. So that's something we have to keep an eye out for.
No, it absolutely is. That is one we could have a bit of a play with. So now we get the energy onto the Shuppet. We got Spiritomb on the bench already, but that means there will be no Rotom whatsoever. Matus now knows that is an option for Steven, or at least it was before the Spiritomb hit the bench.
Yes, so this is going to be really interesting. Steven needs to have just a great turn 1 realistically, otherwise this could get out of hand really fast. We do see a Lost Vacuum, we do see a Forest Seal Stone, we see an Ultra Ball and a Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Okay, that's not bad actually. So we've been able to get down some basic Pokemon. Rotom, well, you can't take Rotom off that anyway.
You would not.
Yeah, you can't do that. That would be against the rules. So we are going to see Pidgey and Charmander, it looks like, but Steven is going to do a little bit of a prize card check as well.
Yeah, Rotom is not going to be coming out this game. It is not worth Steven's time to try and take out that Spiritomb. And while the Spiritomb's there, Rotom is just 190 HP, 2-prize Pokemon that does nothing. It is not worth the effort, frankly.
Guess it could be a Forest Seal Stone target if nothing else, but that's a bit sad if that's what you have to put it down for, unless you're going to win the game instantly. Buddy-Buddy Poffin does conclude, though. Going to grab a Charmander and the Pidgey. What I'm trying to see what else is in the hand there? Duskull, Ultra Ball, Lost Vacuum. Okay, this is going to be interesting now. What will this Ultra Ball grab? We do see Forest Seal Stone in the hand.
I would honestly be tempted to go for...
I think it might be the Rotom after all that. Well, I was not bad-mouthing it, but it is going to be with the Forest Seal Stone the way to go.
Yeah, I was just about to change my thoughts there and say, actually, I would get the Rotom, and it is because of the Forest Seal Stone. You need that 1 Charmeleon in your deck as fast as physically possible. So having a Rotom, and it is the only, and that's why I went quiet for a second. I was just looking at the deck list. It is the only target for Forest Seal Stone. It's the only thing that can actually use it. So somewhat counterintuitively, even though the ability's turned off, it's the only way to guarantee Charmeleon next turn.
We do see the Forest Seal Stone being used to Alchemy to grab the Iono. Going to get a 6 cards. Oh, no Charmeleon there, or there's no Ball Search there either. For Steven. Did bench the Duskull there as well before playing the Iono. So I think that's going to be all she wrote. Can't use Instant Charge anymore. Could attach your Basic Energy, I guess, actually, to bench Charmander, perhaps.
The thing is, the later you leave it to go and get the Charmeleon, the more likely it is your opponent has got an answer to it nice and early, and you do not want that to happen. You need to get that 1 Charizard rolling quickly, and you know that when you get Charizard rolling, that Everlasting Darkness isn't coming out, because it's only doing 30 damage. As soon as you've got 1, your opponent can't use Everlasting Darkness, and then you'll be able to rare candy again.
I was about to say, once that Charizard comes out there, that Everlasting Darkness won't be lasting very long, because that will be all she wrote. I can tell you that for free. So it looks like we are going to see Nest Ball going to grab another Charmander. I like that, though. We're going to attach to a benched one and pass. Okay, can Matus get this item lock rolling? We see a Prime Catcher as well off the top. Kirlia, Refinement. Going to maybe use it. I see Trekking Shoes in the hand as well. So we do see some cards we can use. There's a Gardevoir. Trekking Shoes first. Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Oh, it's not a bad card, actually. Probably not the one you want to see, but not a bad card nonetheless.
No, we're looking for gusting something up here. We don't really want Charmander in the active. You want to try and gust something up. Start hitting it with Everlasting Darkness. Gravity Gemstone would be nice as well. And just try and grind this game down to an absolute halt. Nothing more than just 30 damage a turn. Stop your opponent using candy.
All right, there is a little backup plan here for Matusk. If Banette doesn't want to show up for whatever reason, young Shuppet could get involved with that enveloping shadow, which has a similar attack. Flip a coin. If heads, you try and lock your opponent while doing 10 damage. But there's the Banette. He's getting involved. He's saying, don't worry about Shuppet, Shay. How about we just do enveloping everlasting darkness instead? So Stephen Mal cannot play any item cards here.
No, so here it is all about getting a Charizard in the traditional way. Here comes your Arven. Get to search yourself an item card and a tool. But of course, item cards aren't much use right now. Do remember the rule change that came in. Items and tools are now different categories, so tools can be used, whereas previously that would not have been the case.
And that's why I said the lack of TM evolution is so important here. Because let's say Steven did play one of those. You just grab your evolution, attach your energy to the active, use that, and then Charmeleon straight into play. But without that, just going to have to grab the Ultra Ball off the Arven and pop it in the hand. Can't play it, though. Just going to have to stay there. And, well, what else could you do? It's going to be a pass over to Matusk. Okay, now, Radiant Alakazam could be nice at some point to try and develop. Munkidori also achieves a similar thing. I think we see, was Gardevoir EX in hand. Another Kirlia Ross we can refine, draw another 2.
Love drawing as many cards as we possibly can here. That makes me very, very happy. Honestly, there's an argument. You kind of want some damage on your own Pokemon just so you've got the Munkidoris. What you really want to do is take out that Charmeleon the second it hits the board.
Yes.
And Radiant Alakazam isn't going to do everything. Here comes the Munkidori. That is going to go down. But that means no Radiant Alakazam as well.
Yeah, maybe, you know, it's just concessions, isn't it? You know, can't use the Radiant Alakazam in this game. Maybe it's more for other matchups. But worth noting, because this is like a Gardevoir deck that's had Banette fit in it, as we do see Trekking Shoes going to get rid of the Nest Ball, is that there is no Dark Energy in this list. So Munkidori only can able to be used via that Luminous Energy, as we do see at the right time there, getting attached.
Yeah, we see the damage going on to the Charmander there. Here comes another Arven.
Yeah, so can grab an item. We know there's no tool cards left, because I think we saw the
Defiance band.
Yeah, Defiance band being taken out. So this is just going to be an item card search when you can't play items.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Playing your supporter card to go and get one card that you're not allowed to play is, shall we say, not. Your opponent's going to have their rare candy back. When the Charizard hits the board, the game is basically over. We saw that in game 1. So for Matusk here, ideally, you don't really want to knock out this Charizard. This Charmander, it is better to try and spread damage on all the Charmander, because if there's one undamaged, that's one you evolve and hope it survives a turn. If they're all damaged, there's no easy path to evolution.
So Steven did pass his turn over after getting that sleeve change. We do see a Ciphermaniac's code breaking. And you grab any 2 cards and put them to the top of your deck. Fantastic to use in combination with Refinement. So Matusk did start the turn off there by using Refinement ×2, discarding the Professor's Research and an Artazon to draw the top 4 cards of the deck. And we do see that Ciphermaniac here being played as well. What do we think he's going to put to the top?
Honestly, right now, you're trying to get a Gardevoir EX out, I would imagine, because that's how you get the combo rolling with Munkidori. Gardevoir EX, and if there isn't enough energy in the discard, a way to do that as well. Because you've already got the item lot rolling, you've got your Munkidori with the Luminous Energy, but there's no damage to actually move off here, and now it's just you're going after those Charmander. If all the Charmander go down, Steven probably can't win this game. If a single Charizard comes out,
oh wow,
Steven probably can't lose this game. It really is just, can Matusk take out the Charmander before the Charmeleon can come out to give that evolution?
So it looks like Steven, all he could do is pass, as Matusk was able to just grab the card he took off the Ciphermaniac deciphering, and then discard it, and then gets himself another Banette here as well. Matusk is off to the race. Whatever he likes to do, he can do. There is the Gardevoir. That's what we mentioned there, Ross. So now Psychic Embrace is now live, letting you attach any extra energy, well, Psychic Energy from your discard pile to your Psychic types, however many you like. And if you do, you put 2 damage counters. So we're going to swap around the Banette. You're thinking, why are we doing that for? What's the point? So now we can use the Adrenaline ability from the Munkidori to start softening up the Charmanders on the bench.
Yeah, essentially, we didn't have enough energy in the discard. So you attach 1 discard, which puts 2 energy in the discard, which means you can pop it on the active, and then you can move the full 3 damage counters over to that Charmander. And that's essentially what you're going to do here. You don't want to KO that Rotom V. Having that Rotom V in the active is perfect. You want to 7-hit KO it. Oh, and we're seeing the same trick again. There's not enough energy in the discard, so you retreat to put it in there. Damage your own Pokemon, but Adrenabrain it over. And this is what I said earlier. You're not trying to knock out the individual Charizard. The Charmander, sorry. You are trying to get all of them at the same time. That is the goal.
And that would just really slam the door closed there for Steve. And so we could see the sort of retreat around as well. We do have the extra energy in play. There we go. So now Adrenabrain is going to be live for the maximum 30 damage, well, 3 damage counters move, I should say. We do see Professor's Turo scenario. That could be very useful for getting the Radiant Alakazam into play if Matus likes. But I think right now, this strategy seems to be working just fine. Might not need it.
No, we got 6 damage counts on one Charmander, 3 on the other. You're working on the active Rotom as well while you're at it. Next turn, you can put both the Charmander up to 60 damage on the bench, meaning that Charmeleon, if it ever does come out, will just not last. And that is a goal of your Matus here.
Yeah.
Make sure none of those Charmander can evolve. That is the goal.
And there's the concession there for Steven, just saying, right, I don't think Charmeleon's going to show up. I want to try and win this round. So how about I have a little concession here? Even it up here at 1-1. Matus doing everything he can, turning off all the lights in the